So congratulations, you have a new job, or perhaps you're going to save this post the next time you have a new job, but congratulations will be in order. We have, as Canadians, North Americans, between 7 and 15 career changes in our lifetime. So there will be an opportunity for using the juicy content in this post. So let me share with you a couple of the things that I've learned along the way. In fact, one of my greatest mentors, she's currently the president of the Human Resource Professional Association of Ontario, Louise Taylor Green. When I kind of sheepishly, frankly, gave her my resignation because I had been offered this incredible opportunity to start an organizational development department, I thought she might be a little bit upset at me because I was leaving her in the lurch. But instead, she couldn't have been happier, more supportive. And she said, okay, Sarah, she put all of the things we were supposed to talk about aside. And she said, Sarah, let's make sure you start off on the right foot. Let's make sure that it is the best decision you've ever made and that you're going to knock their socks off. And I thought it was going to be kind of like a pep talk meeting. But what she shared with me and then proceeded over the next 4 weeks in our one-on-one meetings was to mentor me through this powerful value proposition framework. How you can have a way of approaching this new job, this new organization, this new perhaps even industry in a way that is resourceful like nobody else has. And it's incredible to me how many of us don't know about this. And yet I'll share with you, I am confident the reason why I had a shorter learning curve, I had people buying into this brand new department, and I was able to help get people in the new department that I had inherited on board was because we focused on adding value. So the benefit of this is you get to spend less time getting up to speed on this new job. You're also able to make sure that people get you and value the work that you do, and so there's less likely that you're trying to jostle for territory. It also demonstrates to others that you are here to serve, because that is your first and most important objective when you start your new role and your new job. So how do you do this? Number one, creating a value proposition is all about understanding what do the people that you're serving most value. Oftentimes, people have never been asked. And so the very fact that you're inviting them to sit down and talk with you about what they see as value immediately puts you in their good books. Even busy people will make time to talk with you about how they would see your department and your role adding value. That's the first thing. The next thing is when you are in those conversations, truly make it about them. Listen deeply, try to understand what they're saying and perhaps what they are hesitant to say. You haven't built their trust yet. Ask some good questions so that they know that you're really listening to them and you truly want to understand. In fact, echo back what you think that they're saying to validate that you have heard them correctly. The next step is, of all the things that you're learning through those interviews and those conversations and perhaps even observations, summarize what you're seeing as the key themes, how you or your team could add the greatest value, and what you would like to do to initially add value right away. Focus on quick wins. When people see that you've not only heard and listened to them, you've also translated that into action, now you're building credibility. Now you are earning the paycheck that you are getting at the end of your 2-week period of time. And not only that, people will begin to come to you, give you information that makes you more strategic, more valuable to them and to the organization, basically assuring job security for you and the fellow members of your team. Once you've had some quick wins, now you can move on to the things that take a little longer and yet add even greater strategic value. And again, because you've heard it from these are the things people most value, make sure you connect the dots. Help people see how when you talked about this project is addressing this issue. Don't assume that busy people will make that connection. And frankly, you know your job better than anyone else, so help tell the story about the journey that you're on. And then at the end of perhaps a period of time that you define as your onboarding period of time, that could be 90 days, it could be 6 months, it could be 2 years, depending on the scope of your job. make sure that you circle back to those folks and ask them for feedback. What's been working? If you have a suggestion about what's not been working as well that you would like to see changed or done differently or altered, what would that be? And what do you see for the next period of time ahead? Circling back with folks demonstrates that you care enough about their opinion, not just to ask and get your own success going. It just reinforces that you truly are there to serve and that you're there to be a strategic partner with them. This really is the whole formula in behind the scenes of demonstrating value. And then when you pull that together of being able to articulate in only one sentence your value or your team's value to the organization, that is creating a strategic value proposition statement. Your value proposition statement can be what you articulate in meetings. It could be a way that you evaluate, should we do this work, should we not? You could put it on pens, you could put it on Post-it notes. This is what you can give out to your internal client, your external client, so they understand the value that you are there to create. The bottom line is, when you can clearly articulate the most important work that you do and how you and your team are different from the rest of the organization because of this strategic value, you can now help give people the language to be able to articulate when they need you and the value that you bring. I hope that you have found this to be extremely helpful. If you would like this summarized in one table, you are most welcome to go to my website, greatnessmagnified.com, under Cool Stuff, and you can download it. If you would like even more robust tools, the interview questions that I've used, and the way in which we present this information back, why don't you reach out to me directly? Sarah with an H at greatnessmagnified.com, and I will just forward you all of the tools and resources that I use that really was what catapulted me up the corporate ladder in an organization that hadn't even heard the words organizational development before I started. Wishing you incredible success in your career so that you can be your greatness magnified.